Arcadian. This is the first movie that I'm going to be reviewing that actually came out the same year that I am doing a review video for it. All of the movies that I've reviewed so far are at least a few years old at this point. But this movie came out just a couple months ago. This year, I'm fairly certain it was a couple months ago. I'm not really gonna check. But yeah, this movie was actually pretty good. This is on Shudder. If you don't know what Shudder is basically just Netflix, but only horror. This is a Shudder original. This was really good, actually. I'll go ahead and talk about the pros of this movie. Nicolas Cage is in it. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world where these monsters come out at night, and the monster design is actually just really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and call them I don't know, I'm thinking either paper shredders or bear traps, because there's parts where they clamp their teeth together really, really fast and really, really loud. And I was watching it, I was like, oh, that might be like a weird adaptation that they got just to keep other animals away. Like maybe if they do a sequel, it'll be like they were the small animals, because they look like lizards and llamas put together. It honestly looks like something that Dr. Seuss would make. Like, it would be called the Scraunchy or something. I don't know. I don't know. It just looks so weird. The first time I saw it, I thought that it was a lizard, but then I looked at it closer and it looks like a llama in some parts, and it looks like a snake in other parts. It's honestly really hard to tell what it is, and I really like that. They look weird and creepy. It's just a really good creature design, and if you've been watching a lot of my videos, or even just a little bit, you probably know that I'm a huge creature design type of guy. And this is a really good creature design. It's really weird because, like, its stomach opens up and, like, envelops people in one part. It's weird. And then there's also scenes where they get into a ball of them and roll around like the Krites from Critters. Yeah, it's really cool creature design, and a creature in general. It's just, it's neat. It's just neat, I guess. All through this movie, I was getting like really big Quiet Place vibes. If you like The Quiet Place, you should probably check this out. But yeah, I was getting really big Quiet Place vibes. There was some pretty good character development with the two brothers, at least. Nicolas Cage is actually really good in this movie. It's less of his acting is really good, because honestly, this is another one that he barely talks in. He talks for like the first quarter of the movie, and then he goes catatonic, and then he comes back and has a really cool scene at the very end. I'm trying not to be super spoilery in this movie review, but yeah, he has a really good comeback at the end where he kind of talks. He says a few lines, but yeah, this is one of those where he doesn't talk very much, but the character, I just like this character. This is just a really good character, and when he does talk, it's really good acting. I don't know. I'm a Nicolas Cage fan. Also, if you've been watching these videos for a while, you probably know that too. But yeah, I love Nicolas Cage, so obviously I like him in this. But his character was really good. Yeah, him in this movie gave me like Willy's Wonderland type of vibes. Not the character. The character in Willy's Wonderland is like a complete 180 from this character. It's just nowhere near what this is. But it gave me the vibes of they paid him to be in this movie, but couldn't pay him enough to actually have him talk throughout all of it, so they made him go catatonic for some of it. Or maybe it was just they had it written that way, and they just wanted him in this movie, even though he wouldn't talk that much. But yeah, either way, his acting was really good. All through the movie, I was trying to figure out who the smart brother was, and I can't remember his name, so he's going to be called the smart brother in this video. I was trying to figure out who he was, so I eventually had to look it up after we were done watching it, and it's the dude who plays Billy from It, the remake of It. I'm pretty sure Billy is his name. I have read the book, and I have watched the original Tim Curry It and the two remake It's, and I still cannot remember the character's name. But yeah, it's fine, whatever. It's him. It's the Georgie's brother in that movie. But yeah, he was pretty good in this movie. All of the actors were actually pretty good. It was way better acting than I thought it would be for a Shudder original. But yeah, this was actually a pretty good movie. I think I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about. The ending is really good, I think, at least. It ends, I mean, yeah, it ends pretty good. It has an explosive ending. But yeah, I liked this movie. I thought Nicolas Cage was really good in it, and it was giving me really big Quiet Place vibes, which I always like. It seems like every year or every month, honestly, nowadays, we get a horror movie where it's like, oh, the monster comes out every, night, or anytime they hear you or see you or whatever. Like, you can't see them, they can't see you, can't hear you, can't hear them, stuff like that. And this is definitely in that category. But I think the creature design, the acting, the characters, everything about it makes it stand out from those movies. So I think that it's definitely a plus with the characters and everything. I think the writing is pretty good. But overall, for this movie, I think I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. If you like Quiet Place or any movies like that, or you just think this sounds like a cool movie, definitely check it out. It's definitely worth your time. But yeah, tell me what you think about this movie if you've seen it, and tell me if you think I rated it correctly. I don't know. Maybe you hate this movie. I could see someone hating this movie just because it is a really generic plot, but I think they did some really cool stuff with it. So yeah, 8 out of 10. Tell me what you think, and see ya.